meals. We're not seeing all the lovely people in front of us. There's no catering and sort of that ambient noise that was outside the room, and everybody just kind of mixing it up and enjoying themselves, coming on the stage with us, and we're missing all that.
All the energy. We had a piano player.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he was great, Chris.
Yeah.
So what's happening in your life? Tell me about how quarantine's been for you.
Well, a lot of this, right? A lot of Zoom, right? My wife's home from work. She's on Zoom. My daughter's fully in sixth grade on Zoom. She finished fifth grade on Zoom, started sixth grade on Zoom.
Middle school.
The dog's on Zoom.
Yeah.
Your dog's on Zoom too, I hear.
All of them. All of them.
Yes.
And what about projects you're working on? You curate one of the best modern San Diego websites in San Diego, and you're writing a book. Tell me about that.
Well, I was going to be launching a book and an exhibition as we speak. It'd almost be this evening, right? But of course, because museums are closed locally and nationally, we've shelved that, and we're hoping that'll kind of make its light, meet the light of day in 2021.
That's on Sim Bruce Richards?
Yes, so the architect Sim Bruce Richards, I live in one of his houses, been really fascinated by him. A real great San Diegan himself, right? So the book is not just about him, but it's a lot about San Diego.
And your wife, Jess, she's running a pretty amazing institution from your house. Tell me about that.
So my wife works at the Minga International Museum, currently under remodeling and renovation and expansion with Jen Luce, Lucid Studio, who's going to be joining us this evening as well. And how about you, Kevin? What are you working on?
What kind of product placement did Jen Luce pay you for that? You know, like it's like the Kardashians.
We're going to get we'll get to product placement with your firm later, Kevin. So how's everything going with you?
You know, I've been on quarantine for about 25 years. Wow. You know, working at home, and so it's really hasn't been a huge transition for me, but you know, it's been pretty good. We have a college-age daughter that's kind of home. She's from Chicago, and she's out visiting some friends in Boston. Juliet. How are you?
Watching?
She is watching. Yep. And
Hi, Dad.
Don't embarrass her. And just move her along. My wife is a writing professor at Point Loma Nazarene, and she's holding all of her classes from our bedroom, and 3 writing classes, and doing famously well. And we've got Sebastian at home. He's a sophomore at Point Loma High School, and figuring out how to do yoga online. So we're all figuring it out, right? But just like all of you at home.
Exactly. And while we were sneaking in around the rooms earlier, I noticed several of you out there drinking alcoholic beverages during this presentation, which is perfect, right? Yeah. I think that might actually help.
It might help. Right. So a lot has happened in the last year since we were last together, and a lot hasn't happened.
Right. But we have stuff to celebrate tonight.
We do have stuff to celebrate.
There is a lot that has happened.
Absolutely. Just think about all the words that we've learned in the last year that we really didn't know about last year, like COVID-19.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember COVID 1 through 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the difference between epidemic and pandemic?
No.
There's not a lot of demics out there.
And Zoom? Had you done Zoom before?
It was a kids show on PBS.
Yeah. You know, what else have we learned about this year? Joe Biden, you know, like
facial hair.
Yeah. So this is an amazing year. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We're gonna have fun. We're volunteering, so if it's terrible, you know,
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for and a little bit extra. So tonight, steering the ship is our incredible executive director,
Lee Eisen.
Yes, Lee Eisen.
Yep, up there in the control room.
Yep.
Somewhere.
Yep, she's up there. Hey, Lee.
Hey.
And there's a whole bunch of other people that are helping her.
We've got volunteers surrounding us. There's a lot of IT involved in this evening, like you wouldn't believe. So our thanks, Kevin and I want to thank everybody for supporting us being on camera. And there's some great stuff coming up ahead tonight.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the show. So live from Priority Doors and Windows, it's the 2020 Design Awards.
The 2020 Design Awards is made possible by the following sponsors.
Marrying an architect means never having to say you're sorry for spending 48 hours straight in the studio. Design, like prayer, becomes an all-consuming ritual. Taught the penance of long hours in grad school, architects marry other architects so that they can keep the conversation going. This evening's sponsor is Number 3 Pencils. Number 3 Pencils, 50% better than Number 2, guaranteed. And now, another edition of So I Married an Architect.
Being married to an architect is like being married to architecture. When we met in college, we realized we had a lot in common. We had worked for architectural firms before and during our years in college. So architecture was just another extension of what we did, another layer. We started our own firm 20 years ago, and we managed to keep that going. And so it's become a way of life. You know, you're always space planning and doing design.
Exactly. And in our free time, we spend it going to areas that have architecture or architectural significance.
Mm-hmm.
Buildings that have architectural significance, historic sites, museums. So it's just a part of our life. It's not just what we do for a living, it's how we live, it's how we structure our life. We've introduced our children to the world through
The lens of an architect.
Exactly. And so, just like you said, Carolyn, we try to teach them about history, building concepts, a great deal of things, just like we teach them about anything else. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I have to agree with you. Being married to an architect is being married to architecture.
Yeah, we work good as a team on projects just like we do in our marriage.
That's right.
Hello, my name is Kathy Lord. This is my husband, Bennett Lord. We have a small architectural firm up here in North County, in Rancho Bernardo, and we have been together a little over 50 years. 4 of those years were in undergraduate school, and subsequent to that, graduate school. We, like Bennett has said in the past, you know, we've done all our design work, our all-nighters, everything that has to do with architecture pretty much together. So we learned how to work together very early on. We enjoy each other's company. Bennett is the cook in this company, and we love to travel. We love visiting relatives on the European side. Unfortunately, the last 7 months have been difficult, as for everybody else. We hope to be able to go out again and see the world, see the things that other architects have done, thoroughly enjoy doing that. And especially if we have a connection with the architect who has done that work. Architecture is not our life completely. We don't take it home, as I think I've said in the past, but sometimes you can't help it. We try to maintain a sanguine attitude and basically work for our clients and do the best we can for them and make them happy. We do have our separate clients. In other words, we separate the type of work we do, but we also come together and do it as much as possible as a team. We are a team. We have different strengths, and we take advantage of using those strengths in all the projects that we do.
Hello, my name's Steve Shen, and I'm an architect with Gensler here in San Diego.
And I'm Laura Shen, and I'm an architect and planner with San Diego State University. We've been asked to talk today a little bit about the joys of being married to an architect, or in this case, of being 2 architects married to each other.
We thought we'd start off with a little bit of the more humorous aspects of architects and some of the stereotypes that exist out there. One of those stereotypes is that architects love unusual chairs. In our case, that is absolutely true.
We love our contemporary couch so much that we had to buy a new cover for it, which I had to alter by sewing to make it work because we could not find another couch we liked as much.
We also appreciate our Barcelona chairs.
We love our Korg lounge.
We also enjoy relaxing in our Ames chair.
And I married Steve for this chair, or so his roommates think. He had this in his apartment in college because he had made it as part of a school project, and I would come over to the apartment every time I came over. I would sit in that chair, sit in this very chair. So his roommates, when they found out that we were getting engaged, said that I was only marrying him for his chair.
We also have Sudanese poufs, although they're not all that comfortable. We also have a mahogany Cameroonian chair that's both portable and simultaneously depicts the African hunt.
And family heirloom chairs that are too delicate to sit in.
We also enjoy classy office chairs to help deal and mitigate the clutter that comes along with all of the contemporary technology and wires. It's a good thing we're both architects and like chairs, because we don't have any other room in our condo for anything except for the architecture books that we have also managed to collect and have stuck in all of the corners in between all of our chairs.
Just because we like fancy chairs, though, doesn't mean we're crazy architects. We do wear colors other than black. As you can see, this is burgundy, by the way. We don't wear round core glasses or run around in Frank Lloyd Wright capes. I will say, though, historically, we've been drawn to rescue black dogs as our pets.
Getting beyond stereotypes, the advantage of two architects being married together is that we have similar values and beliefs.
We believe in living and working in our urban cores.
We also promote alternative forms of transit here within our urban cores.
There comes my trolley that I ride to work.
I also avoid the use of cars by skateboarding to work every day, and I happen to have a 12-block commute with my office just right downtown.
Although during the pandemic, we have been taking our commute to our home office, which is all of about 10 feet every day. We share a home office, and that's been sort of an interesting experience with negotiating Zoom calls and trying to make sure that we're not interrupting each other as we're trying to do quiet work, but we've managed to work it out. We also both believe that you don't have to buy into the McMansion dream. We live in a relatively small condominium that's a very flexible and adaptable space, so it allows us to find double use for our space. Our home office is also a guest bedroom. Our dining room also serves as a sewing room, and our balconies become social space where we can enjoy parties with friends or views of our downtown skyline. Oh, and I forgot to mention, our balconies also double as a stained glass studio for Stephen sometimes.
Fortunately, as two married architects and two creative people, we also enjoy traveling. It gives us an opportunity to learn a lot more about other cultures, other people, other architecture, other types of design, and different ways of creating and doing placemaking. The other advantage to traveling is it gives us a great opportunity to collect artifacts from our travels to remind us of where we've been and what we've learned.
Travel has also enhanced both of our careers as architects. Being in a place where you're the one that looks different, or speaks differently, or sounds different, really has enhanced our understanding of the need for inclusion and has strengthened our commitment to equity and diversity. Travel also allows you to hone your design skills by looking at what other people have done, how other countries have solved similar problems. And it really has improved our ability to make place and our ability to design places that appeal to a very diverse community.
As two design-focused people, we also have multiple outlets to express our creativity. I often enjoy blowing glass. I've also done an awful lot of leaded glass fabrication. I build furniture, and then when I get tired of those creative outlets, I also have the interest and focus on watercolor and pen and ink drawing.
And I enjoy sewing, inventing new recipes in the kitchen, and assisting Steve with his glass blowing.
As architects, we are much more comfortable being on the other side of the camera lens, where we typically are researching or documenting certain conditions and or gathering information and data from our clients. From this quick video, hopefully you'll realize that some of those architectural stereotypes that exist out there do apply to architecture couples, and in some cases they don't. But what really is more important or relevant is that it is our values and our interests that have brought us together as a couple.
For the record, we have been married for over 30 years, so we are living proof that two architects can live happily together.
That's all for this time on So I Married an Architect. If you missed our last episode, please check the archives to watch everyone's favorite quiz show, Frank Lloyd Wrong. Our special thanks go out to Michael and Carolyn Robinson, Kathy and Bennett Lord, and Laura and Steve Shin. Tune in next time where we'll discover why granny flats are not just for granny anymore. That's next time on So I Married an Architect.
Hi, Steve Shin. I'm back. Thanks for joining our virtual awards event this evening. For the past 3 years, Aia San Diego has integrated the AIA COTE, the Committee on the Environment, top 10 criteria into our awards program. The AIA framework for design excellence weaves broad and inclusive sustainability criteria into the award program. These include such obvious characteristics such as water and energy efficiency, ecology, resources and materials, health and wellness, and even aspects such as resilience and communities. And there are some less obvious sustainable criteria that are also included. For example, integration, economy, and discovery. The criteria have been woven into all levels of our AIA Awards programs here in San Diego, also in the state of California, and the national levels. If you're not designing sustainability, you are not creating good design. Let's see how our peers and our clients are weaving sustainability into San Diego. On with the show.
Good evening. Welcome to the AIA San Diego Design Awards. I'm Sandra Gramley, and I am the AIA San Diego President 2020. We hope you're having a great evening with us. In 2019, at the AIA Conference on Architecture in Las Vegas, that was back when we could go to live conferences, in recognition of the climate crisis, AIA unanimously adopted a resolution for urgent and sustained climate action. This led to a National Climate Action Plan in September of 2019. There are many elements to this climate action plan. Some important ones to note are developing resources for members and clients, promoting net zero building codes, and embracing existing building retrofits. AIA goals are tied to the 2030 challenge to eliminate fossil fuel energy in buildings by 2030, which is rapidly approaching. The AIA California Committee on the Environment is working on these goals currently, and they're taking a three-pronged approach: advocacy, education, and communication. The Advocacy Committee is trying to get cities and municipalities to adopt REACH codes to limit carbon in new construction in advance of the next building code cycle. The Education Committee is putting together resources, webinars. Many of these are free for members. This is the issue of our time, and we are in the front lines in working towards a solution. Please take advantage of the many resources available through AIA National and State. The California website has climate action webinars, and National has COTE super spreadsheet and the framework for design excellence. Let's all get to work on this. Thank you and have a great evening.
The 2020 Design Awards is made possible by the following sponsors.
We haven't left.
We haven't left. The sun's gone down.
The script says more banter.
Banter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get the banter back together.
All right, let's get the banter back together. So Kevin, you're an architect, I'm not. And one of the things I love about these awards and everybody that sends in their submissions, and the jury that judges them and evaluates them, and everybody that's part of this evening, you're an actual architect, and I have a chance to talk to you, and I have a question. Like, what makes San Diego so special? Because that's where we're doing this. That's where these projects are located. That's who all the practitioners, our friends and colleagues are doing much of their work. What's your favorite part about design in San Diego?
Well, that's a great question. There's a lot of answers to that question. There's no one right answer. But for me, I'm a local. I grew up, born and raised here. And what I think makes San Diego so extraordinarily special are the canyons. Yeah. Like, it breaks up the grid and it brings all this natural nature into the neighborhoods in Claremont, North Park, Point Loma, UTC, all over. So you can have the total grid in the front.
Right.
It's like a mullet, right? It's business up front and it's a party in the back. You've got canyons with great walking spaces and Canary Island palms and raccoons and skunks and possums and parrots, all sorts of wild stuff. So I think that's really what makes San Diego special, is that the grid really doesn't quite work here because it's interrupted by all the topography.
Right.
What do you think?
And well, I think to just riff off that is the built environment clashing and cooperating with those canyons means we're outdoors, right? We smell of natural flora, fauna, even the skunk.
Yeah, we're kind of neighbors, and I see you out there riding your Lambretta.
Right. We're outdoors, we have a great climate, and for me, design that works and allows people to be in and out, and sometimes not really sure where those lines are blurred. I think that's one of my favorite things. And certainly in all the backyards I've had and lived in and enjoyed, even as a kid, right? We can add to your list foxes and coyotes, right? We see those on occasion, and that's sort of part of where we live. That's just really neat how buildings and that natural space interact with each other.
And I think that a lot of the projects we're going to see recognized tonight really celebrate what San Diego is all about. Tonight is kind of a little bit special in that the proceeds from this evening's event are supporting the Center for the Design. And it's a new hub that the chapter's kind of envisioned and championed by our executive director that just retired, Boss Boma, an amazing guy. He was here with 7 years with the chapter and did a lot of amazing things. But two of the most extraordinary things are this. One, the Center for Design. So it's a hub to bring all of San Diego's design community together to host events, lectures, movies, exhibits, all sorts of amazing things.
Right.
And so that's what tonight's about. We're raising money for that. And it was one of the best commissions in town, really. And I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Well,
do you know who got it?
I do.
Tell me.
Jen Luce,
Oh,
once again,
she's amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing. It's going to be an amazing project, and we might even be there someday.
Yes.
Celebrating these awards.
So hopefully we'll take this show there. So, so there's going to be some opportunities later in this event where you can donate to that event or that cause, the Center for Design, and I hope that you do. The second amazing thing that Boz did was he hired Lee Eisen.
Yes,
she's really extraordinary and handpicked. She's going to take us into the future, building fences and bridges and really helping the design community come together and do great things, and not only celebrate what's going great in San Diego, but really trying to envision how to make it better in our quality of life. It affects all of us, whether we're designers or not, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
and Lee's here tonight. She's the one that's actually making this happen tonight, which is just more evidence of how Boz passed the torch to her, and she's just doing great.
And absolutely. So who is responsible for selecting tonight's award recognition?
Well, I think usually we think of jury as a four-letter word, right? We all get that memo or that note in the mail. We're like, jury service.
I get a free trolley pass.
Yes.
Woo.
But tonight's jury and the jury that selected our awards tonight are a great group of people that I think they rose to the challenge. When they got jury service summons, they were like, all right, I'm going to do this with vigor and vim and all that.
We're there, and they served us well. So here we go, our jury.
Good evening, AIA San Diego, and congratulations. I am Mary Kay Lanzalato with Hartman Cox Architects in Washington, D.C., and I had the distinct privilege and honor of serving as your jury chair this year, along with my colleagues and fellow jurors, Greg Mella, Rick Schneider, Michelle Ampt, and Joanna Schmickel. Together, we were all impressed with the AIA San Diego's embrace of the framework for design excellence. We used that framework in evaluating all the projects, and those projects which embraced the framework are the ones that are premiated this evening. Wonderful projects, tough, vigorous discussion in the jury Zoom meeting, but in the end, it was really those that honored and showed the way using that framework are the ones that are recognized this evening. Congratulations to everyone who submitted, an amazing body of work, but congratulations to those that are honored this evening with awards. Well done, keep up the good work, and look forward to wonderful future activities coming out of the San Diego chapter. Congratulations to everyone, and have a wonderful celebration this evening.
It is my pleasure to introduce the San Diego Chapter Urban Design Awards. This category recognizes distinguished achievements and includes the expanding role of the architect in urban design, regional and city planning, and community development, and the role of the urban design in creating healthy cities. Urban design is a discipline and in practice is a coming together of city planning, of architecture, of landscape architecture, and most recently of public health, a more holistic approach and way of looking at the design of the built environment. Recently, Dr. Richard J. Jackson, professor of environmental health at UCLA and former head of the National Center for Environmental Health at the Center for Disease Controls, stated that America's health threat is poor urban design, that poorly planned, built environments had adverse effects on the air quality, physical activity, and public safety, and many other things in our built environment and to our human beings. The current situation has made us more aware of the urgency of addressing some of the issues that we've always had, the pandemic and the post-pandemic world, social justice, and climate change. And that urban design of our communities is a critical element in addressing all these concerns. Design matters. Urban design is, in this context, as the realm of physical design encompassing master planning and landscape plans to conceptual architectural design. The definition includes research in the design of spaces at all scales, from places between buildings to regional master plans. Eligible projects include urban design projects, planning programs, civic improvements, campus plans, regional plans, environmental programs, and redevelopment projects. Remember that first it's people, then spaces, then buildings. The other way around never works. And that's from Jan Gill. Good luck to the award winners.
Arts District at Liberty Station, designed by OBR Architecture. Liberty Station emerged from its naval past into a thriving district filled with life, art, and culture. The design process preserves its original glory while modernizing the facility to encourage interaction, discovery, and connection.
The jury commented that this project is a prime example of reuse and redevelopment and a great way to reinforce the Arts District as the heart and soul being revived.
Hello, I am Christopher Bittner from OBR Architecture, here to accept the Aia San Diego Merit Award for the Arts District Liberty Station. First, I'd like to thank the Aia San Diego chapter and the jury for selecting our project. I'd also obviously like to thank all the crew members from OBR that have touched the project throughout the years and done such a great job. And most importantly, I'd like to thank the NTC Foundation for believing in us, and particularly Alan Zeider, who has been my partner in crime on the project for the last 17 years. The Arts District Liberty Station is an absolutely unique place, and it's going to continue to evolve for years to come, and I hope you all will take advantage of it. Thank you again, and have a great night.
Ventura Beach and Town Project, designed by R&T Architects. R&T Architects reimagines the city of Ventura by reconnecting the urban fabric and historic grid, creating a well-connected, transit-oriented, and livable urban hub along the coast.
The jury felt that this project showed intentions of healing a wound through a strong plan, good moments, and design moves yet to come, likening it to iconic projects such as the High Line in NYC. One juror even exclaimed, "This is urban design."
We'd really like to thank the AIA jury for recognizing this very unique community project for the city of Ventura.
From everyone here at R&T Architects, we'd just like to say thank you to AIA San Diego and congratulations to the city of Ventura on this amazing award.
What's fabulous about this project is the way that it connects the town to the city's most valuable resource, which is the waterfront and the ocean.
While you may or may not know, this is one of many capping projects being studied throughout Central and Southern California. And this award just happens to be one for the city of Ventura. We're also really interested in to see how this could be deployed throughout the city of San Diego, whether it be reconnecting our downtown to Balboa Park or reconnecting other neighborhoods that have been separated by freeways. So with that, again, we'd just like to say thank you.
The Theater District Living and Learning Neighborhood, designed by HKS Architects and Yerlich, Yene Ray, Cheney Architects. The architectural concepts reflect interconnectedness that of student well-being to the greater community, mental wellness to physical wellness, science to art, and humankind to nature.
The jury appreciated the project's sustainability and felt that it showed such strong connections and urban design elements that they moved it over into the urban design category, where it is receiving an award tonight.
Hi, this is Tom Greving with HKS Architects.
And this is Matthew Cheney with EYRC Architects.
We're grateful to be here tonight accepting this award from the San Diego chapter of the American Institute of Architects.
We really want to thank our entire design build team that contributed to the success of this project. Kitchell Construction, SWA Landscape Architecture.
The project is one that's very exciting and meaningful to us. We have a very visionary client in the university.
So thank you all to everybody and have a great rest of the night.
Let's take a moment to thank this year's Design Award sponsors.
Hi, I'm Ione Stiegler, and it's my honor to introduce this next award. This award is a new award for 2020, the Residential Architecture Award. This award celebrates the design and craftsmanship of residential architecture, additions, renovations, or restorations for 3 or fewer units. Congratulations to our winners.
Avocado Acres, designed by Lloyd Russell. The bold roof profile injects a dose of creativity into this coastal home. Without sacrificing sustainability or energy efficiency, this design is an inspired nod to mid-century modernism.
The jury appreciated the south-facing design elements and was impressed by the home's austere, modern beauty. They were additionally impressed by the stellar energy use intensity measure.
Hi, this is Lloyd Russell, and I want to say thank you for recognizing the Hygeia House. That was a super fun project, and I'd like to thank everyone that was in the office at the time, in no particular order, Howard, Tommy, and Keith. And I would also like to thank the client, Steve Hoyles, who had the vision and the guts to trust his architect. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Via Cuba, designed by Matthew Siegel Development. Designed for family growth, this urban townhome is defined by its shifting form and use of passive solar design. The cube's form provides quality exterior space and a strong connection with the urban landscape in this high-density environment.
The jury commended how the project manipulated planes and volumes and mixed interiors and exteriors by way of a simple cubed form. The project exhibited gorgeous urban design and was able to do a lot in a very small footprint.
Thank you for the local AIA award for Villa Cuba, our house in Little Italy, San Diego.
I'm Kurt Hunker, San Diego architect and longtime professor at the New School of Architecture and Design. This category honors noteworthy projects that have not yet been realized in a physical form. because they are conceptual in nature, award-winning unbuilt projects should hit on the big idea, push conceptual boundaries, and promote academic rigor.
San Diego State Aztec Stadium, designed by Gensler. The new Aztec Stadium along the San Diego River transforms the once massive parking lot into a new regional park and transit-oriented mixed-use neighborhood where San Diego's natural beauty is integral to the venue's experience.
The jury commended the massing and how it breaks down, sinking to be more innovative, the reuse of parking made permeable, and the green landscape.
On behalf of the whole Gensler team, we'd like to say thank you to the committee for recognizing this project, and thank you to our client, San Diego State University, for their incredible commitment to this project. We're very much looking forward to the impact that this will have on our city and can't wait for all the memories it will create. Congrats to our team, and thank you.
Marisol, designed by Gensler. This North County mixed-use project works in harmony with the natural and local environment. While pursuing LEED Silver, it is also committed to neighborhood development by creating access to public spaces that both visitors and residents alike can enjoy.
The jury praised Marisol for the integration of landscaping, ecology, and geology that provides accessibility to the bluff while saving it from erosion.
Well, unfortunately, we all can't be together this year, but I did invite our Gensler design team to join me on the TV screen behind. I want to give them a big thank you for the tremendous effort that went into the Marisol project. Also want to thank our clients, the Robert Greene Company and Zephyr Partners, and the committee for recognizing this project with an Unbuilt Honor Award. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Plant Growth Environments Research Facility, designed by HKS Architects. This plant growth environment uses advanced technology in design and thoughtful materials to take the facility to the next level in education and agricultural research.
The jury recognized the project for its sustainable story and architectural response. They especially appreciated the project's use of glass as a greenhouse.
Hello, AIA San Diego. I'm Edmund Einey, Principal and Design Director at HKS. Thank you for this wonderful honor. This project reflects our long-standing focus on education and knowledge and how buildings can transform future thinkers and leaders, especially on important issues of sustainability, community purpose, and the environment, with the idea that buildings themselves can teach. Thanks to our wonderful team of consultants, P2S engineers, Walter P. Moore, and Blue House, our partner contractor Kitchell, and our HKS design team. This was truly an enjoyable and collaborative effort for all of us. Thank you to the jury and AIA San Diego. Be safe and healthy.
Wow, Kevin. Already we've seen so much great,
really
tremendous work.
Stuff. Absolutely.
And we have so much more to come.
Yep.
I'm speechless. Well, I'm not speechless, but
yeah, it's really beautiful work, you know? So there's a lot to be excited about, right?
Yeah. And I assume like you at home or in your office, you're standing here watching these same presentations like we are, just continuing to remind ourselves how much great work is going on in our city and obviously neighboring communities as well.
Absolutely. So it's not all doom and gloom, is it? No? All right.
Well, if this were the end of the world, this is a pretty good way of going out. I mean, there's some great projects to look at as we all slide into an abyss.
All right. So
thanks, Kevin. Thanks for bringing it down.
Yeah, we're a couple categories in. How are you all doing at home?
Yeah.
Are you doing well?
I think something stretch.
Yeah, stretch it out.
Top off
Stretch
your
it out.
drink.
Yeah. Need a refill? Let's go.
Refill. Yeah.
All right.
Or just a stirring stick to just,
yeah, keep
reset.
Keep it going. All right, we're going to jump right back into the program, and we've got the meat of the program, which is the architecture and the interior architecture, and some really great stuff coming up. So keep watching.
Looking forward to it, Kevin.
Thanks.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the show thus far. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce the next section of the awards program. Before I do that, I want to remind us of one of the core principles and missions behind the American Institute of Architects. It's basically to celebrate great architecture. The architecture that makes our world a better place, that makes our lives more fulfilling. And we're going to celebrate the architects who happen to be doing a good job at it. This next section is one of the main events. We're going to be talking about architecture and interior architecture. This category includes non-residential architecture, and these are projects that are newly completed. They're additions, renovations, and also restorations. I hope you enjoy.
Washington Street Apartments, designed by Studio E Architects. The design was inspired by two critical desires: a community of support and connection, and a responsive architectural form tuned to the site and environmental conditions.
The jury commended this project for accomplishing a lot on a very low budget. They appreciated the sustainability through passive design, solar chimneys, natural ventilation, and exterior garden spaces. The jury remarked that this would be a most excellent space in which to live.
Hello, I'm Eric Naslin, one of 4 partners at Studio E Architects. We're excited to receive the Design Award for the Washington Street Apartments. I want to thank my partner, Matilda Bialk, who co-designed the project with me, and to Vince Rosado and Josh Hoffman, who brought it to fruition. This project came to our office 10 years ago, and our very first design meeting with the community was a Thanksgiving potluck. We grew to have a great affection for this group of people, and we're committed to making them a great community, worthy of them and worthy of the desert setting. I want to thank the jury for recognizing it as such. Cheers.
San Ysidro Port of Entry, Phase 3, designed by the Miller Hall Partnership. The newly completed gateway creates a welcoming, streamlined point of arrival that supports the interconnected relationship of San Diego and Tijuana.
The jury appreciated the LEED Platinum impetus driving this massive and challenging mega project, with energy interventions that include geothermal and stormwater.
Hi, I'm Rob Meisel with the Miller Hall Partnership. I served as partner in charge of the San Ysidro Land Port of Entry. I'd like to thank the entire design and construction team for their dedication, and Aia San Diego for honoring this project with an award. In its entirety, the San Ysidro Land Port is the culmination of a 10-year journey for Miller Hull, and we could not be prouder of the results. Miller Hull has a culture of equity and diversity. We are especially proud of how this project reflects the interconnected relationship of the people and culture in both San Diego and Tijuana.
Gloria Day Lutheran Church, designed by Doma Studio Architecture. By removing typologies of a traditional church, the project explores how architecture, materiality, and landscape can serve as a ministry tool, using nature to blur the threshold that many find difficult to cross.
The jury appreciated the landscape features like the connection to the garden and the use of natural illumination. They commended the attention to detail and spiritual quality of the screen walls that create inward focus and a sense of wellness.
Good evening. On behalf of Doma Studio Architecture and Gloria Day Lutheran Church, thank you.
The Fort, designed by Jonathan Siegel, FAIA. The Fort pays homage to its historical past by integrating the original Ford dealership into a new mixed-use setting. The new residences and restaurant are enveloped by a finned and screened tower, a direct nod to its automobile past.
The design detail was the focus of the jury, who commended its height and the screens and fins that create a direct connection to the project's legacy.
My sincere gratitude and thanks to the AIA for the award bestowed upon us for the fort. Thank you very much.
Asalong Christian High School, designed by BN IM. This design is defined by collaboration with the community and local environment. The use of regional materials and labor results in an elegant building with zero net energy and water, ensuring generational success.
Deemed as one of the most sustainable submissions of the year, the jury unanimously ranked the project very highly, praising the elegance of design, local materials, and community integration.
Greetings, Aia San Diego. My name is Sam DeYoung. I'm an architect with BNIM. We just want to say thank you to Aia San Diego for this award and to the jury for their thoughtful comments and recognition of this project. This project's been an incredible project and relationship with the community in Osealong to be a part of for the last almost decade. And in this time, we've seen education and this school have a transformative impact in this community. So thank you for this special honor. Also want to recognize our consultant team, which includes KPFF civil engineers out of Portland and Tipping structural engineers in Berkeley. So thanks to them as well for their contributions to this volunteer effort. Thank you and have a great celebration. We wish we could be there with you in person.
Lyle and Grace Prescott Memorial Prayer Chapel, Point Loma Nazarene University, designed by Carrier Johnson and Culture. The chapel is inspired by its serene coastal setting and its significance as a spiritual and academic anchor. Upon entry, the form and design elements evoke the church's permanence, strength, and comfort.
The jury admired the craft and artistry in details and drawings. They felt that this project was truly beautiful and utterly lovely in its simplicity, addressing all 10 Koch criteria and using natural ventilation and low-impact development strategies.
Good evening, my name is Roy Varela. I am the design principal at Carrier Johnson. We want to thank Point Loma Nazarene for giving us an opportunity to work in a very special project. This project is all about creating a space of prayer and meditation. It's really the culture of Point Loma. From a design perspective, this project comes from a place of authenticity. The geometry, the materiality, the joinery, all really work together to create a special place. I want to thank the design team for working tirelessly on every detail, every line that they drew with passion. And I also want to thank Bicor, the general contractor, and all the subs for executing everything beautifully. Thank you.
The Children's Workshop, designed by Kevin DeFreitas Architects. This dynamic, playful, and energy-efficient private school designed for students with special needs was a collaborative effort between staff and the design team to create an engaging, sustainable learning environment.
The jury appreciated the integration of energy-saving strategies to meet community goals, rising to the challenge to produce something utterly transformative within the context of constraints and minimal means.
Did I just see your name on the screen?
I don't know.
Wait.
Must have been a mistake.
Did you just win an award right in front of me?
Unscripted?
So. Like
I think it was a mistake. It was a Jennifer Luce project, wasn't it?
No. I think you actually won for your children's workshop.
Children's workshop. This was one of my all-time favorite projects. It was really special. And in architecture school, professors lie to students to keep you from dropping out and doing something easier as a major like organic chemistry or astrophysics or something to keep you going. They say, oh, you're going to change the world, knowing that you're going to graduate and do bathroom details for an AM, PM, Yeah. But this was one of those special projects. It was a client, the Institute for Effective Education, run by Susie Fitch and Ken Trotman, and they were extraordinary. They've dedicated their entire careers towards teaching a curriculum that's based on serving children with severe autism. It's really, really special. This project reimagined a 21,000 square foot commercial retail space in Miramar, just down the street here, into a school for 75 students with severe autism. And the executive director, Hillary and Alicia, and their IT guy, Tom Reasoner and Mary Cohen, were amazing. They collaborated and they taught me. And this was one of those special projects where all I had to do was listen. And I did listen. And they taught me really some extraordinary lessons. So this was a terrific project. Neil Hadley did the landscape, which was unbelievable, incredible playground. Emily Desai did all the environmental graphics and colors, terrific job. It was just one of those projects at the end, you feel good, like you made the world a little bit better place. So congratulations to the Institute for Effective Education. This was a beautiful project. And thank you for all those that collaborated.
Congratulations to you, Kat.
And Dempsey Construction who built it out. So thanks so much.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I also heard a rumor around the building that you swept the Orchids and Onions Awards this year. Like won every category. Is that also true?
Did I tell you that?
I think you told me.
It was a great project. So it was a joy to be a part of, and one of those real special ones that I will treasure with me for a long time. So
Thank you.
now,
Now? Well, we lost a lot of our friends and colleagues
We
this
did.
last year. It's
We
been
did.
a crazy year for any number of reasons, but there are fewer with us tonight than were last year.
yeah, a few luminaries, really extraordinary people in the San Diego design community. It's kind of been a rough year for architects. We lost Marvin Malika, who ran New School of Architecture and Design, and really just an extraordinary individual with his wife Cindy. So Marvin and his family, deeply missed. Huge presence here in San Diego. Michael Johnson from the eponymous firm Carrier Johnson. Norm Applebaum, who you knew quite well.
And I was a dear friend.
Yeah.
We lost Norm to, too early.
And John Paul Everhard and Joe Yamada, incredible, groundbreaking landscape architect with Harriet Wimmer.
Fantastic guy.
Unbelievable, really what they accomplished. So yeah, we're sad to lose those, and we lost somebody else.
And Aia San Diego's own Al Whitley. I mean, that was a great loss too soon, as everyone, right?
Yep,
Too
yep.
soon, unexpected, and we're sincerely saddened by his loss for sure.
Hi, I'm Laura Ducharme Conboy, and this is Margit Whitlock. And for the past 11 years, we would have lunch with Al Whitley. And can you believe that we went to lunch over 30 times?
Yes, I do.
And so what was your favorite place?
Oh, absolutely the Valley High, like hands down.
What was fun about it?
Well, one, we had to have that world famous Valley High cocktail, and it's a beautiful view of the city, and they have great food, and it was just, it's a unique experience.
I think Al even wore a
Oh,
logo.
sure.
A
Oh
logo.
yeah, for sure.
Oh my
for
gosh,
sure.
this guy,
He came in character.
He came in character.
Oh, hold on, somebody's at my door.
Oh.
Oh my God, look what just arrived.
What?
I don't know. It's a Mai Tai.
Oh my God. Is that from Valley High?
It's a Valley High Mai Tai. Thank you, Garth.
Oh my God, Garth just brought me a Mai Tai too. Oh, he put ice in mine. Well, since this was Al's favorite place to go to, that Valley High, and he had 2 of these Mai Tais, I think we should take these Mai Tais and toast to Al.
Yep, let's do it.
All right, here's to Al.
Here's to Al.
Here's to keeping a place for you at the table, Al.
Love you. Shoot.
How did he drink 2 of these? We miss you, Al.
Yeah.
In collaboration with WIA, we're proud of an ongoing project called Unfamiliar. Here's a quick video of the culmination of Chapter 1 and what we've been up to.
First, I want to start off by acknowledging and welcoming and saying, you guys showed up. We all have a story to tell. Every single person in this room has a story. When we come here and we meet and we tell stories and we talk, you can be making such a difference in somebody's life just by having a small conversation with them.
I'm always curious to know what people would think of my story and where I came from. So if I felt like my story could help someone relate to, then I feel that's worth it.
I'm elated. When I first started out in architecture, I felt like nobody told their Genesis story. I think it's really important that we hear these stories, we hear these journeys, and we know that anybody can do anything. You just have to model yourself after what you see and what you want to be. I'm grateful. I never really thought of my story as being special or unique. We are all women and kind of going through the trials and the successes of our careers, but once I actually had the conversation, it just really opened up my eyes as to how hopeful it could be to someone else.
The way that my parents raised us, it was always never without a gender bias. When I told them that I was going to pursue the architecture profession, it was never okay, well, how are you gonna do in this male-dominated industry? It was more like, oh, great, build us a house, and then that's the end of it. There was always a lack of narrative about, how are you doing as a female in this male-dominated industry? It's more like, are you happy with what you're doing? And that's all that matters to me.
I'm very eager to share my story, but I think it's critical that everyone ask hard-hitting questions, ask difficult questions, just letting go of that fear that, yes, you can totally do what you put your mind to and more, and letting go of that has been super important.
Be unapologetically yourself. Don't try to be someone else that you're not. Don't try to conform to whatever personality that you think is going to work with them.
I think the moment you can let yourself be vulnerable, allow yourself to be yourself, find your voice, you advance.
Once you prove yourself, you're in. That's it, right? You just have to be there and show that you know what you're doing, ready to learn how it's getting done, and there it is. Don't be afraid.
We are Unfamiliar, a limited podcast series in collaboration with the Aia San Diego Women in Architecture Committee. What you just heard was some of the highlights and voices from our very own community.
Our goal has always been uplifting voices embedded in the built environment through curiosity and diversity. Through a collection of stories in the San Diego Tijuana region, Unfamiliar is highlighting personal experiences to enhance the conversation around the built environment.
Unfamiliar is a series of recorded conversations, interviews, and storytelling that highlights perspectives not always heard or seen in the profession. For more information, updates, and episodes, please visit unfamiliarvoices.com and follow us at unfamiliar.voices on Instagram.
We're back live from Priority Doors and Windows.
We're still here.
It's great to see you.
Yep, good to see you.
So we're going to shift gears just a little bit to showcase some of our sort of more local regional projects. Those are obviously uniquely San Diego, uniquely Tijuana, right?
Yeah. So what's really cool about the awards program that the San Diego chapter does is we acknowledge ADUs, accessory dwelling units or granny flats. Those are those little units that can go in your backyard that forever the city wanted you not to, and now they're encouraging you to do. And so those are really small micro projects, 500 square feet or 1,000 square feet or less. And then we also acknowledge projects across the border, right? Because San Diego is a bigger region than just San Diego. It's a Tijuana, San Diego region. So we had some really fantastic projects this year from Tijuana, and we'd like to show you some of those.
I'm looking forward to it, Ken.
All right,
enjoy.
The City of San Diego now allows ADUs, accessory dwelling units, to enhance the development of our communities. Unfortunately, I can't quite fit one on my balcony. AIA has created the Accessory Dwelling Unit Award category in 2018 to encourage architects to take an active role in enhancing the design of accessory dwelling units around the county. We're pleased to see that our members are doing their part to address the local housing shortage and housing affordability through quality, thoughtful design. Take a look at our upcoming award winners.
Mansfield ADU and Garden Pavilion, designed by Payload. An ADU addition over an existing garage and a new pavilion extend the functions of the house and work throughout the property.
The jury praised the functionality of this ADU and felt that the connection to the matching roofline in the original house stood out.
Thanks to the jury, and thank you, AIA San Diego. This recognition means a lot to us as a young, small firm. ADUs have been a great opportunity for us to begin developing our own authentic voice.
We, of course, had great, trusting clients who let us explore some unexpected options.
And also, big thanks goes out to our team, including project designer Amy Kidosoros, GC Jeff Foss, and engineer Sean Kessel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The 2020 Design Awards is made possible by the following sponsors.
Hola a todos, soy el arquitecto Alejandro García, expresidente del Colegio de Arquitectos de Tijuana, CATAC. El día de hoy es un honor para mí presentar la categoría Arquitectos y Proyectos de Tijuana, Municipio de Tijuana. Esta categoría fue creada por Aia San Diego para reconocer y celebrar la arquitectura superior de Tijuana. Este año, gracias a nuestra relación con Aia San Diego, así como de otras instituciones de la región de Tijuana, recibimos un número récord de presentaciones y el jurado quedó muy impresionado por la calidad y el calibre de los proyectos presentados. Los proyectos reconocidos fueron aquellos dirigidos o diseñados por un arquitecto mexicano, demostrando una capacidad de diseño ejemplar, incluyendo la sostenibilidad económica, ambiental y la responsabilidad social.
Modular Clinic, CRO Studio.
The project encompasses a prototype of a series of modules that could be easily deployed throughout Baja California for clinical assistance.
The jury, they liked the goals and social awareness and responsibility shown by this project.
So this project is part of the efforts of many firms we are as well, very much concerned on reaching projects to marginalized communities, particularly at the outskirts of the city. And we couldn't think of a better timing with the pandemic where these projects become even more necessary and relevant. So thank you for the recognition.
APEN Social Housing, CRO Studio.
The project is an even opportunistic housing prototype that adapts to the growth between families and their sources of work.
The jury thought this project created truly adaptable and interchanging structures in an affordable manner for the local community.
This was a great collaboration with many colleagues from all Mexico, architects who created an amazing series of projects, and we were part of this prototype. A great effort from Infonavit and the government that has a great kind of vision of how to change the qualities of Infonavit and social housing in Mexico.
Yes, and we're very glad to have been part of the research of this new research of Infonavit, and we want to extend the recognition, of course, to all of the team members that made this project possible.
Business Center Tijuana, Border Arquitectos.
The project creatively adapts the space with a double height to accommodate office environments.
The jury found this project to be simple, modern, and elegant.
Hello everyone, we are Border Arquitectos, and we are very excited with the American Institute of Architecture for recognizing our work. We are a young and emerging architecture studio in the between Tijuana and San Diego, and this mission motivates us to continue carrying out better projects for our region. So thank you very much.
Ch3 Housing CRO Studio.
The project proposes to moderately densify the lot in 3 units in response to the current needs of exponential growth in the city.
The jury found this project to be a well-executed practice in density and addressing needs for more affordable housing.
This is our effort from the private sector to create affordable housing, learning from the experience we had with Infonavit, trying to produce from a middle class an affordable housing unit. Of course, it's expressed the pressures from the United States, from people who cannot afford to live in San Diego and come to Tijuana to get an opportunity of housing.
And it's been an opportunity to rethink densification in the city for the middle income, and as well thinking of new forms of living that relate the house to the city.
Casa De La Cidades CRO Studio.
Casa De Las Ideas is part of an urban development project of a community space
along a river stream traversing the informal neighborhood of Camino Verde in Tijuana, Mexico.
The architects responded to community needs in an elegant way, and the jury particularly liked how the project respected the daily life and happenings of the site.
Hello, thank you for the recognition of the award. We are very delighted to be part of the group of the awardees of this year. The Casa De La Cidades is a project that a lot of people collaborated in them, and of course it's a small project, but it was a lot of effort from the community, from the government, of course from our office, but mostly thank you for the community, for the patience and believing in us on creating this type of project.
Wow, Kevin, even more fantastic work. I'm stunned.
It's really impressive. Like Palo and Cro and border, well done, beautiful work. Like I encourage you all to take a trip south of the border. I don't know if you can get back these days.
That's
I
Palo.
don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Very amazing work. Thank you. And you know what's kind of fun about these videos is getting invited into these designer spaces. Like I want to go to Doug Austin's house.
Right.
Doug,
That was his house, right?
Are you listening? Like Doug, like invite us over.
We're very
we'll
enamored
come.
with your house. We'd like an
We're well
invitation.
behaved. We'll come over. We won't touch anything. And what kind of car do you think Lloyd Russell drives?
I thought he was in a Porsche Macan. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken.
That was a great video, Lloyd.
Yes,
well
yeah,
done.
yes.
Well,
Yeah. And then Jonathan Siegel in front of his car.
yeah, of
So
course,
it's-
of course. The Johnny Club.
Hi, John.
Yep. And now for more locally grown talent.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that's really fascinated me, not being an architect, is the student enrichment that we have here in San Diego. So we have Woodbury.
Yep.
Right. We've got the program at USD.
Yep.
And we certainly have New School.
Absolutely.
And through living in architect design homes, I've had the ability and the opportunity to have architecture faculty bring their student bodies to my house. And we talk about what they're learning and why things are the way they are now, that there were much simpler times. And I've had a really, really fond connection with the local faculty and their students. And I understand, Kevin, you've got a special place in your heart for students.
I do. You know, like in our profession, it's so much based on mentorship. Keith, you know, like the more experienced people mentor the younger ones. And that's really hard now with offices dispersed and people not together, and it's hard to mentor over Zoom, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
And it's kind of a profession that eats its young, you know, in a way. You know, it's you want talent to join your firm, but you don't want them to get too good or learn too much because they'll leave and they'll become competitors, right? You know, so it's kind of a weird dynamic. So another terrific thing that the chapter does is acknowledge student awards, and so students submit projects. And they're vetted, and they're really terrific. So that's the next award group that we're going to recognize.
I'm looking forward to seeing it, Kevin.
Yeah, check them out.
Aia San Diego's Women in Architecture Committee is proud to announce our inaugural scholarship to benefit designers in our local community.
This is not your average merit-based scholarship or design competition. Our hope is to engage and inspire future designers to pursue architecture with the hope of diversifying the field.
Applicants will share their inspiration for pursuing architecture and why they want to help make a difference in the built environment.
Award recipients will also be asked to speak virtually on AIA-hosted webinar that will be shared at a local K-12 schools.
To share their experience in design school and hopefully inspire the next generation.
Once the scholarship is awarded, WIA will continue to provide a framework for mentorship for you.
It is our hope that these stories will continue to educate young designers about the profession and hopefully spark interest to pursue and stay in it.
Thank you to our 2020 sponsors for supporting this first year of the scholarship being released at a critical time for students.
For information on becoming a title sponsor next year, please reach out to WIA at our email address below.
And now we ask for your help to spread the word. Applicants can apply at aiasandiego.org/scholarships. The application process is open now through January 15th. Visit the website for more information.
Good evening and welcome to this year's AIA San Diego Design Awards presentation. I'm Len Zagarsky, representing the New School of Architecture and Design. I'll begin by saying how grateful New School is to San Diego chapter members for all that you do to support our institution. Many of you have taught and lectured at New School over the course of the last 4 decades. In fact, this year we celebrate our 40th anniversary, with 31 of those years here in the East Village. I'm sorry Marvin Malika, FAIA, is not here to help celebrate this special occasion with you. As our former president, we are still mourning his passing earlier this year, and we continue to respect Marvin's leadership and recognize his impact in our lives. AIA members have also had a strong impact on our students' lives, as many of you served on their studio reviews, design juries, and have participated as members of our academic or IPAL advisory boards. Through your support, New School has been able to recognize and realize its mission to nurture design-minded learners in becoming citizen architects. I sincerely thank all of you for your fellowship by recognizing the powerful impact your creative design skills has played in making San Diego such a great place in which to work, to play, to live, to raise a family, and especially to have a career in architecture. I hope you have an extraordinary Design Awards celebration tonight. Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening.
Hi, my name is Jose Parral. I'm chair of the architecture program at Woodbury in San Diego. Just to say a few words about our program, we're a small campus. We're located in Barrio Logan, and because of our location, deaf students and faculty are advocates for social justice, sustainable issues, equitable rights, and how design and architecture plays a role in that. And our hope is that as we look at the city of San Diego, as we look at our region between Tijuana and San Diego, and the border regions greater than that, that our students become advocates and disruptors for the profession of architecture. Thank you.
The park, cultural center, and educational facility integrates culture through architectural experiences that unify, educate, and connect with its users.
The jury liked the promenade created in this project and the way the project fit neatly into the fabric of the city.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Naves and I recently graduated from the New School of Architecture and Design. First off, I would like to thank AIA for recognizing my thesis, Gumania, for the Student Design Award. It's an honor and it means a lot because this thesis is very special and personal to me because Guam is my home. Gumania is a project that integrates and revitalizes the culture of Guam through architecture. First off, I would like to thank my family and Mo Benchakroon for their support and encouragement, and my thesis instructor, Dan Manlongat, for his guidance. Thank you again.
This mixed-use residential project preserves the regional habitat of San Diego by infusing nature into the urban environment while creating density.
The jury liked that this project reimagined the way that these live-work units interacted with the canyon, with one juror commenting that it created a fun relationship that was business up front, party in the back.
Hi, my name is Francesca Radetsky. I'm a designer at OBR Architecture and a recent graduate from New School of Architecture and Design. It's an honor to receive the AIA Student Design Award for Symbiotic City, which was a piece of a larger thesis project that aimed to create habitable density and incorporate space for wildlife and native flora within the city of San Diego. I'd like to thank my thesis advisors, Mike Stepner, Kate Goodson, and Dr. Rulon Clark, who really guided this project to fruition. I'd also like to thank Kurt Hunker, Dan Monlangat, and my jury, Vicky Estrada, Frank Walden, and Howard Blackson, who helped shape the project at some really critical junctures. I'd also like to thank OBR Architecture for supporting me and critiquing my project throughout my last year of school. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to my dad, who, after many, many years, finally convinced me to pursue architecture.
The research facility uses both passive and technological systems of architecture as a means of reducing pollution.
The jury found the integration of restrooms and eating or rest areas into the irrigation leg stood out as a creative solution for this project.
Hello, I'm Aaron Salmarron, and I recently graduated from Woodbury University of San Diego.
I'd like to thank the AIA jury for recognizing this project and to David and Michaela Pearson for their assistance and guidance, especially in the transition from in-person to online education. I'd like to take this time to raise awareness of the effects of climate change. The Polluted Garden of the Sun specifically addresses issues of how prevailing winds from Northern California carry pollutants that get trapped at the bottom of the Central Valley, and so when part of California burns, all of California is affected. Once again, thank you to the AIA organization.
Let's take a moment to thank this year's Design Award sponsors.
Hello everyone, I'm Alison Whitelaw, and I have the honor of introducing the Energy Efficiency and Integration Awards. In partnership with SDG&E, Aia San Diego's Energy Efficiency and Integration Awards have celebrated smart and sustainable design innovations among Savings by Design projects for many years now. And while the Savings by Design program is winding down, a new statewide program will launch in 2021 to take its place. Tonight's winners have all participated in the Savings by Design program and were identified by the jury as outstanding examples of quality design.
Pine Avenue Community Center and Park, designed by R&T Architects. The project incorporates two distinct programs, a community center on the northeast corner and a garden on the southwest corner. The committee valued that this project was able to showcase its sustainability through thoughtful design for the community.
Hello everyone, my name is Romel Elias. I'm with R&T Architects. First of all, I want to thank the AIA of San Diego for awarding the Pine Avenue project with the Energy Efficiency and Integration Award. I do want to thank also our client, the City of Carlsbad's Parks and Rec Department, along with their design team, which includes Taylor Masick and Karen Fowler from R&T, as well as our consulting engineers and landscape architects. You know, when we envisioned this project, we were really hoping to create something that would be supportive and reinvigorating to that community. And in the short amount of time it's been open, it really has done that. So it's a project that we're very proud of. And receiving this award from all of you is really, it's icing on the cake. So we truly appreciate it, and thank you very much for this award.
Gloria Day Lutheran Church, designed by Domus Studio Architecture. The design's overall approach was to be minimal in plan and program while incorporating passive elements wherever possible. The committee commended the strategic incorporation of energy efficiency into an elegant project.
On behalf of Domus Studio Architecture, thank you again for the Savings by Design Award. Thank you. Thank you.
The Children's Workshop, designed by Kevin DeFreitas Architects. The Children's Workshop participated in the Savings by Design program, and the committee commended the mention of PV, daylighting, and nice design moments on a tight budget.
Kevin, you're not giving me advance warning that you're winning awards. Did you do that alone, or were those your staff architects?
No,
or like
Jennifer Luce helped me.
Oh,
yeah.
She's makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh,
thanks.
my gosh.
Congratulations on your second award of the evening.
Thank you.
And I see you were just too cheap, lazy to do a video like the rest of our colleagues.
Yeah, I mean, Domus had the best studio, awards acceptance ever. So
and yours is the worst.
Terrible. But thank you. Yes. So I hope that this is probably the last year that this award is ever given out. Like, sustainability is just embedded in every single project now. It shouldn't be something that's extraordinary. Yep, it should just be what we do. Right. And so this client was unique. They wanted to make it as sustainable as possible. They spent a lot of money on an incredible, efficient mechanical system. PVs over the entire roof, solar. And they were really aware of that, daylight sensors and occupancy sensors for lighting and stuff like that. But so a big shout out to the client who was really sophisticated, and I didn't have to sell it to them. The Institute for Effective Education asked for it. And I'm hoping that next year and the year after that, this award just goes away. Like Savings by Design is an amazing program by San Diego Gas and Electric, and it's very American. You know, the company that sells you the product actually helps you design to use less of their product and then rewards you with a cash prize if you do so.
There was cash involved.
It was really amazing. So San Diego Gas and Electric, thank you very much for your support and your guidance and technical know-how. But I really do hope this award goes away, Keith. Like it just needs to be in every single project and not special.
Right. And next year might be different. There isn't this award, and we won't be at priority doors and windows.
Yeah.
After hours, by the way.
Who knows? We could be somewhere else. We were actually supposed to be somewhere else this year.
We were supposed to be at the new Legacy International Center, a massive, sparkly new project designed by Carrier Johnson and Culture. We weren't there. We're not there tonight.
We're not there.
We might be there sometime in the future.
Maybe next year.
I think we're all looking forward to at least visiting and seeing what that project is all about firsthand.
Beautiful project. Yep. Yeah.
But next year, we presume we'll be shaking hands and seeing each other.
And kissing cheeks and doing all that stuff. Yeah.
I don't want you to kiss my cheek.
No. Okay.
All right. So anyway, next up, Legacy Awards and just great stuff ahead. Stay tuned.
We're on the home stretch. Stay with us.
Good evening. While we weren't afforded the opportunity tonight to be together at the Legacy Center in Mission Valley, I am nonetheless honored to have been asked to introduce AIA San Diego's Legacy Award category. This award is exclusively focused on projects having lived among us some 25 years or more, while having been authored by an architect practicing within San Diego County. Legacy Award recipients are projects presenting design elegance through time, remaining functional, contributory, and significant in the eyes of the community at large. These projects are most befitting that elusive term, timeless. Please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Eric Mitchell, the Audrey Geisel University Librarian. On behalf of the UC San Diego Library, I'd like to thank the American Institute of Architects San Diego for selecting Geisel Library as a recipient of this year's Legacy Award. We're honored to have Geisel Library recognized, and we join the AIA in celebrating the architectural importance of this building. This is a special year for us as 2020 marks the 50th anniversary of the opening of this library. And throughout the year, we're taking the opportunity to celebrate not only the structure itself, but the creative minds of William Pereira, who designed the central building in the late 1960s, and Gunnar Burkhardt, who designed the ground-level expansion in the early 1990s. In his original report, Pereira spoke to melding design and function to produce a library that would convey to future generations the idea of the power and permanency of the knowledge contained inside it. Pereira's vision led to a building that has gracefully pivoted along with the role of the library for the past 50 years, meshing distinctive architecture, broad open spaces, and stunning views to build a library that welcomes and inspires our students to this day. Thank you, AIA, for this award, and here's to the next 50.
We started, Martha Schwartz and I started with an invitational competition in 1987. And our idea was to use the tracks, the road, all the activities along them, including jogging and baby carriages and anything in this linear fashion, and then tie all the parts of the promenade onto this complex linear pattern.
The park, primarily a footpath and bicycle trails marching through downtown, was appropriately named in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and was the brainchild of landscape architect Max Schmidt of the Center City Development Corporation.
The length of the promenade goes on for many blocks. One of the most interesting ones are the palm grove with the mounds of red flowers, and that was done by Ron Wigington, who's a very talented landscape architect down there. The rest has been done by other people.
It was ahead of its time in the nascent Rails to Trails movement, an exemplar of San Diego innovation. The city's commitment to building this piece of green infrastructure in the early days of redevelopment gave the private sector the confidence to invest in downtown.
In 1995, we were asked to design the centerpiece, which is at the point where the grid of the oceanfront road changes its direction to meet the grid of the city. Later on, this area, for some reason, started to be called the Children's Park, which we had never imagined. And that may have come at the time later when they built the Children's Museum down there.
In 2008, I was honored to have my firm selected to design a piece of the promenade, the Children's Museum Park. The years haven't been altogether kind to the park, and I'm hoping that this very important honor will spur a renewed interest in spending on the care and maintenance of this place, and maybe even see the return of the majestic poplar trees. Bravo to all that contributed to making the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Promenade a reality. Thank you.
The 2020 Design Awards is made possible by the following sponsors.
Hi there, this is Jennifer Luce. I'm here to announce my favorite award of the evening, which is the Divine Detail Award. Architecture is made up of so many incredible details, decisions, thoughts, concepts, and it's those details that are executed with care, thoughtfulness, passion, and a sense of craft that make the difference between great architecture and architecture that we just see and know every day. So let's celebrate those details in our own city that are remarkable, that took so much time and thought to execute, both from the aspect of the architect and the fabricator, the maker. So I can't be more pleased to have been invited to announce this award for 2020, the Divine Detail Award.
Music building for Mira Mesa High School, designed by architects Moshe Drew. Using sculpted building form projections, this space manipulates natural light to inform the architecture and performance function, resulting in a space conducive to musical movement.
The jury commended the manipulation of light in artfully produced details and appreciated the building's strength as a forum for acoustical innovation.
Good evening. We'd like to thank AIA San Diego and the awards jury for recognizing our project for the Mira Mesa High School Music Building, Divine Detail. It's a great honor. And we'd like to thank San Diego Unified School District and Mira Mesa High School for joining us in the vision to create this wonderful facility that's so important for the school. Thank you.
Via Cubo by Matthew Siegel Development. The jury applauded the immensely thoughtful design, with each concrete stringer seemingly floating through space.
Thank you for the Divine Detail Award for our house in Little Italy, Villa Cubo. Really appreciate it, and thank you to all the judges for their kind consideration.
Lyle and Grace Prescott Memorial Prayer Chapel at Point Loma Nazarene University. Designed by Carrier Johnson plus Culture. The jury commended the juxtaposition of materials and noted the precision of the light passing through the wood elements.
Hi, I'm Gordon Carrier of Carrier Johnson plus Culture. We want to say thank you for this special design recognition among peers. We've all heard the expression, God is in the details, but in the case of this prayer chapel, I realized it was actually true. God was in these details. Personal thanks to PLNU for their faith in us, and a grateful thank you to AIA San Diego for the chapel's recognition. Cheers.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Wait, who's there? Who's there, Dejana?
Knock, knock.
Dejana.
Who's there?
You know, Dejana like the mustard Dijon.
Except with an A at the end. You know?
See that coming.
No, I didn't
see that coming.
Nope.
So what else is Western Lighting going to sponsor besides the knock-knock joke?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And who are you? Who is talking over there? Yes.
Keith.
Kevin.
This is Robert from Susquehanna. You know, Robert Fagnon.
Oh, Robert Fagnon, that has like a French background, but you are like a pure American, right?
Sure, but since we're thinking about all these nationalities and we live in San Diego, a very international city.
Yeah, where diversity is seen right and left.
Why don't we join this party and, you know, add some quick trivia to this and ask a few questions about architecture and see who can win something.
That's a fantastic idea. MCs, are you okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right. We love trivia.
He's already won 2 prizes, so don't let
Yeah, Kevin's like holding his breath like, sure thing.
Great, thank you so much. So Robert, how are we going to do this trivia?
You know, we're going to ask them questions about some local architecture. Somebody's going to throw out an answer on the chat. And those who throw out that answer quickly and correctly will be tallied and they will win something.
Oh, very good. No matter of fact, I am...
E or Jennifer Luce.
I am right here attending the design award from headquarters, Western Lighting and Energy Controls in San Diego. And we're going to send 4 Amazon gift cards to the winners. We're going to go from 4th prize to 1st prize. So 4th prize is $25 gift card. 3rd prize it is $50. 2nd prize is $75, and grand prize it is $100 gift card. And Lutheran is going to send also a cassette kit, kind of like this, together with the gift card. And Lutheran, it is one of the manufacturers that we represent in Southern California for lighting controls.
Fantastic. And because of my upload speeds and my Wi-Fi, I'll never win. So I might as well just throw out some questions. This is going to be an easy task. Grab a pad of paper and a pencil. You might want to write down the questions, but by the time you write them down, somebody else has already put the answer into the chat. So here we go. Dejana, let's get to the first questions very quickly.
Very good. So I will go easy on our guests, our attendees for prize. It's about how many religious institutes received awards tonight. So fresh from the... Oh, okay. Hold on. I see the winner here.
Wow, that was
Robert.
quick.
No, right?
It wasn't me.
Everybody's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, I have the winner here. Robin Carrier said 2. Woo, woo.
Damn, that was quick.
Very good. So let's go to 3rd prize. Robert, do you have any questions there on your sleeve?
Sure, yes. Last year, we awarded an architect for the design of a landmark in our city. And you might want to flash a sketch of that award. But we
I did already.
Okay. Who is the architect and the name of the firm that designed this landmark?
Okay, let me see here. Okay, Ben. Okay, you guys, there are 2 questions there, okay? Robert, do you want to?
They're not getting it, are they? So, yes,
No.
who is the architect and the name of his firm?
Yeah, so Wayne.
If you're as old as me, you might know
No,
because
no,
we've been
no.
around long enough. Kevin's not old enough.
Wayne answered that Robert Mosher and Mosher Drew. I think that's the winner.
Who won yesterday the EA award for the legacy?
Okay, very good. So we can always go back and take a look, but I think we got. All right. Second prize.
Next question.
Robert, you are actually working on the lighting renovation for the Geisel Library, aren't you?
Yeah, Kevin is working me night and day on that one. This is his favorite project, of course, and we'll talk about this later. But yes.
The question is that
who
is the architect that designed it? Because I don't know who it is.
Who designed the Geisel Library?
Okay, so David, person already answered. Good job. Very good. You got some like boom, boom, boom. All right, we have the grand prize. Robert, are you ready?
Sure thing. Here we go. You know what? I remember we went together to the 2019 Designer Awards, but I also have one question. We're dressed in a 20s theme right now. Nobody can see me. They can see you, of course. And there's a famous architect, a graduate of UC Berkeley School of Architecture, that began planning Rancho Santa Fe for the architectural firm of Richard Requa and Herbert Jackson in 1922. Who is she? This is important.
Yes, we have a winner here. Pamela. Woo, woo, woo. Good job, Lillian Rice. Very good. So thank you, everyone, for participating. I think we got all the answers for our trivia. And MC, stay on.
Awesome. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin. And Keith.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
Davis, the last 20 people that are still here.
Shoshana, Robert, great job. That was a lot of fun. Well done. Well done. Well done. Nice.
Well, we had projects. We had Jennifer Luce. We had trivia.
We had Jennifer Luce.
We had some more Jennifer Luce. You won 2 projects. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
It was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's been a complete team effort, Kevin, from beginning to end.
Absolutely. Joe was our IT team. Joe got everything organized. Incredible. David, just incredible. So well done. And thank you to our sponsors. This was kind of a unique event.
Yeah.
Not the normal, right?
Right.
Not like last year.
Not like next year.
Not like next year, right? Yeah. So thanks for joining us. And
thanks to Priority Doors and Windows for hosting us in sort of a real space.
Yep.
And thank you everybody that was out there watching. And we're looking forward to next year.
We are. And Lee wanted us to share with you that there is going to be an after party.
Right.
An after party. After party.
Well after.
It could be in 2021. It could be in 2022. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get together.
We'll get together and we'll celebrate all that is excellent in San Diego design. So thank you, San Diego, for joining us. Thank you for all the projects submitted and the people that brought them to life and really contributing to the quality of life in San Diego, making it a more beautiful place, right?
It's been a great evening. Just everything. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Keith. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Good night.